mean, right now Pavel is the second best player in Russia. Cooler doesn't count because he's not playing anymore. But the game is getting underway, so let's get into this. Pavel versus Twister, the semi-final to decide who will play against Cow in the final of this Tuesday Cup, Level 10 Cup. Take it away, Zoo.
Right, I really want to watch Twister at the moment because he was pretty awesome last map round. He does get that kind of top area. He's got Plasma, LG, and let's see if he can pull anything out of it. It seems, according to the time. Oh, okay, there's Red. I was going to say, according to the item timers, Red wasn't taken till very late. So this isn't really your conventional blood run start. So we might see something slightly unusual here. But again, we've got the German Twister here. He's going against Pavel on blood run. This is going to be difficult for him.
It will be difficult, for sure. I mean, Pavel, we know him. I always say this. We know Pavel for really, really strong defensive play. And I'm really keen to just say that if Pavel gets the lead, then it's extremely difficult. He's very likely to win the game.
That's what you said before.
Exactly. It's very difficult for his opponent. Extremely difficult because Pavel defensively is a mastermind. He really, really knows how to play a leader here. Is Twister, though, getting caught out by Pavel. Pavel is going to force him to back off there. And as Mega and Red are spawning, Twister's got a lot of decisions to make, and some of them could end up in his death as Pavel is around there, lurking around there.
Yeah, Twister managing to keep his life for a little bit here by this grenade launcher. Looking to see some angle, trying to hit something from his Russian counterpart, but nothing going on up there. Deciding, I'm going to go chill out up this top area, head down towards LG straight away. Maybe, he should possibly know that Red is up soon. Is he going to be able to deliver any damage from this side? There's a rail, but it is countered and sent back to him. Mega is up in a couple of seconds. And Twister right now, I mean, it's pretty evident for myself, DDK, you guys, he's on the back foot. We've just seen a load of major items taken by Pavel, and I'm seeing a connection interrupted at the moment. I'm quite glad.
Twister continuing on regardless, though.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen in the middle of a big fight. That would have been very bad.
There we go, Pavel picking up that red armor, dropping down, and making his way onto that rocket area. I mean, this is an area that, if you're out of control, you often spend a lot of time around here. It's either here or the plasma gun. And Pavel now, after picking up that yellow, he's just going to pick up this Mega. He's got pretty much everything he needs. He's a typical guy in control on Blood Run. And right now, he's really just playing the war of attrition, cat and mouse, with Twister. It's kind of on Twister in some senses to go to Pavel and try and deal damage to him or try to remove Pavel from positioning when items are spawning. But it's not something that he's able to, so far, accomplish. And Pavel is actually going to, oh, that's a nice rocket jump. I've never seen this trap done before in that way. Pavel actually, this is really, really intelligent. Really relying upon Twister, basically thinking, I don't have anything. The only thing that's guaranteed to me is that plasma yellow. And that could have been an amazing trap, but unfortunately for Pavel, Twister chose the other yellow. And I'm really sad it didn't work, because that was very smart.
Yeah, I feel like Twister was almost fortunate not to fall for that. But he does decide to be on the other side of the map. He doesn't get hit by the rail, and he manages to get that red completely clean. And now that means that Red and Mega are going to spawn at the same time next time round. We've got two yellows up on the board at the moment. Pavel is definitely not as much in control as he was before. If there's going to be a close quarter fight, then Pavel's definitely not guaranteed to be the victor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Twister has done a remarkable job building himself up, and there comes Pavel with a rocket jump up to that grenade deck. Oh. Twister falling down, taking absolutely no damage, but trading some good damage, though. I mean, he put a rocket onto Pavel there, so that's a really good situation for Twister. Here's a fight that Twister could win to take the first frag, take control. Here comes the LG. Twister backing off to a bad position. There's a lot of potential damage from Pavel. Here's the rails thrown side to side as Pavel is going to become the victor in that fight, waiting patiently for his opponent to reappear. That double back was predicted very well by Pavel. He didn't get much damage out of it, but it shows you his ability to read the enemy player's movements, and that's very, very a good thing to note on this map, as it's all about understanding or making those reads that Pavel's doing so well.
Pavel in the last 6 seconds, well, the last 10 seconds just took, 15 seconds, he took 2 yellows, a red, and a Mega. What the hell was Twister doing in that time? Because he should have been there somewhere. I was like, okay, Pavel's going for red, Twister will get Mega. Okay, Pavel got red and Mega, he's going to get yellow. No, that's fine. Pavel got red, yellow, and Mega. And he's going to get all of it. I mean, what the hell? What is Twister doing?
It's actually kind of okay because Twister doesn't have a frag deficit. It's 0-0. It's a tied game. Like,
that's true.
Twister has all the time to play with. If he can just keep moving through Pavel's blind spots and making sure that he doesn't die, making sure that Pavel doesn't surprise him, catch him off guard, then he's actually going to be able to be fine. Like we saw in the first 4 minutes or so, he managed to build up some armor to actually make a challenge. Pavel got the better of the fight, but Twister with the escape option. But nevertheless, here comes the first frag from Pavel. Managed to get that nice little surprise engagement. And of course, as you said, like it does, does put you at a disadvantage if you're going to be a player who's going to want to wait for this to build up on that stack no matter what and try to remove the potential for taking damage by not peeking out and doing quick rails here and there. That is a usual strategy when you're out of control.
Yeah, and
it's gonna.
I just realized the clock, DDK. It's gone past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That was when the first frag happened. I definitely applaud Twister's strategy, the way to play ZTN, try and put himself in a favorable position. But I think in the end, it was a little bit too passive. And now even a 1 frag deficit is quite a sort of. It's just a big wall to be against the Twister. He's got to try and get a frag now against Pavel, and Pavel's got basically full control of the items. I don't think Twister has timing on many items on the map at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. At least he's only 1 frag behind. But as I say that, there's another frag from Pavel onto Twister, and that's 2 frags now. It's still, just 2 frags. It's like win a big fight and then a spawn frag. That's all it is, really. But can Twister get to that situation? Doesn't look like it. Does die again to the lightning gun of Pavel, catching him off guard once again. That's the problem. If you're going to play this very evasive game where you basically focus on building up and don't really have much focus on dealing damage whilst you're building up, because of course if you're trying to deal damage whilst you build up, you're putting yourself at risk to losing the stack that you're gaining over time. Then you're going to basically be in this position where 1 bad fight can just be, that's it. And that's what happened to Twister, and that's now why it's 4-0. He had those few bad fights, and that was it.
Yeah, what I'm content about though, despite this action going on, Pavel should be winning this fight fairly easily, but Twister managing to mastermind his way around it somehow. Let's see if he's going to be able to finish the action. Twister going in a little corner, eventually going to go down. And the spawn as well, the rocket's coming out, and Twister just a machine gun and nothing else. Gonna go down. Pavel, I mean, this is his map after all, and it's kind of what I expected. In fact, Twister's doing very well against him. The next map, I believe, it's going to be a rail heavy map. It's going to be Airwalk, or it's going to be Toxicity, or it's going to be something like that. And Pavel is definitely not going to have the, I dare to say easy. It's not really an easy time he's having at the moment, but he's not going to be having this safe time that he's experiencing right now. Twister going down for the 7th time on Blood Run.
And really, Twister's playing a game where, I mean, he's 7 frags down now, but like he's not playing an aggressive game, and that's really going to tell you a lot about his ability to come back in this, because to come back he's going to have to switch into an extremely aggressive game and get that opening frag and then just continue to be really aggressive. But the risks there, especially against Pavel, he's so good again at being in the lead, at putting down defensive damage. Twister, I mean, he just doesn't have much of an opportunity to get back into this. I think Pavel's just too good.
Yeah. For me, I feel like Twister's just given him way too much respect rather than, like, actually in the entire game. That moment I was going about all the items that Pavel picked up in a row, that was when Twister should have been in the way at some point. And when they did eventually, there was a conflict, Twister didn't give himself like a plan B. There was no escape route for him. And for me, that was really the critical point in the game where Twister was unsuccessful. But I think he was, he was not far off making some perfect decisions, which could have put him in a really favorable position. So, despite it being 8 to -1, I don't feel like this game has gone that way. I feel like it was one major decision that happened, and that's what's come from it. It's definitely not the way it looks at the moment.
To me, it felt like actually this is something I've seen in Twister's games previously as well. Is that he does like to take these passive options, and really the problem with that on this map against someone like Pavel is that if you take these passive options, you're not going for any damage, and you're just going for a fight or a challenge later on, building up for that fight or that challenge, you're going to basically be going down to 1 or 2 big moments, and that's all you're going to get, and you're always going to be in a little bit of a behind position. Instead of trying to, I mean, what you should be doing is trying to deal damage all the time And there's Twister going to deny the frag, deny Twister that 0,
No,
keep him in the minuses.
What Pavel did there is deny Twister getting off -1. He does not want him to get back to 0. If Twister gets him again to 20 HP, I bet that Pavel is going to rocket himself again just so that Twister stays there. And it doesn't even matter because the time is over and Pavel is going to win map number 1, 7 to -1.
Yeah.
Do you think that negative bit is going to have some kind of...
I think that like that. To me, I think this is the worst, one of the worst maps. Maybe this and Lost World are the absolute worst maps for Twister against Pavel.
Agreed.
Absolutely the worst maps because I feel like these maps. If you're someone who likes to play kind of passively, like it's not going to play in your favor at all. You can kind of make that work on most other maps, but this map, if you're out of control, you just can't do it like that. I think against a good player like Pavel. That's my personal opinion. But I think, I mean, we've seen Twister when he beat. Who did he beat? Or at least he played. I think he beat Cypher on Furious Heights. Am I mistaken?
Pavel?
No, Twister.
Twister.
I think he either did that or came very close. Oh no, I don't think he won. I don't think he won. It was a Sunday Cup. I don't think he won, but he came very close.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that he took a lot of passive options. He was making smart decisions, but he was very conservative about them, which is fine on some maps. But I don't know if it works very well in Blood Run when you're out of control. So.
No, that's true. But we did not see the first frag out until after 5 minutes, which is quite that's lengthy. That's almost bordering onto sort of Lost World territory. And I think that there was, again, I said it already, I'm going to say it again. That was that one decision or the one passive part of play that Twister made. I think that cost him the game, and I don't know if Twister's going to agree. I'd actually like to hear his thoughts on it at some point. That would be
it'd be really cool to talk to Twister about his games and stuff like that. But the next game, of course. Wait, sorry, the next map. I got confused there for a second because we were changing servers, and I suddenly thought, oh, the map. Obviously, the game's over. But no, we've got another map coming up. Of course, Twister has a chance to come back against Pavel on his own. Imagine his own map pick. I can't imagine in any sense that he would pick ZTN.
So there was a server change going on.
Yeah.
Can you explain exactly what's going on there, or do you know?
I have no idea.
So I guess
do not look at me for that answer. I don't know.
I guess they couldn't agree on. I don't know either, but I guess they couldn't agree on the server to play, and there's a kind of switcheroo
home and
going
away
on
or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know if that meant that Twister was playing on his favorable ping on Pavel's favorable map, and then it's going to be the other way around next time round, or whatever. But I hope that Twister has a damn good map going, and he is going to play damn good regardless, because I believe in Twister, and I've been believing for a long time.
Yeah,
I've been believering.
He's kind of like, I always see Twister as kind of like Demon, but I feel like Demon's like a step ahead.
Demon?
Yeah.
Well, he's been he does have like 10 or 8 years more experience than Twister in Quake.
But like on like skill wise and kind of like a little bit, like they always seem to me to be both players who have like really good aim, and they're players who can duel pretty well.
Yeah.
But I feel like Demon duels a bit better than Twister generally.
I would say
he's
that
like just one step ahead, just a little bit above Twister.
I'd say that on basically any day, I'd say that Demon has Twister down at the moment. At the moment is I've really got to emphasize.
Demon's been stepping up his game too, so that's...
Which is even more dangerous for Twister. And I think at the moment, Twister's also going up a bit. He's kind of becoming a bit of a Backstein himself, you know. And I want to see him flourish a bit more. I want to see him really grow, and I want to see him think more about his game. It was less than 6 months ago that he was really kind of analyzing his demos, checking back, getting feedback from his games from pro players. And I want him to be doing that now. I don't know if he's too busy with work or anything, but this is what he's got to keep doing if he wants to flourish like Backstein did some months ago. Yeah,
definitely. And I'm just going to see what's happening. Okay, we do have a server now, and it looks like we can join this one and get into the game. Yo.
Pavel is playing on Hectic at the moment. I, for some reason, completely blanked this map. This is an excellent choice by Twister. And I
so now my Demon Twister kind of comparison is making more sense.
Yeah,
because Demon is the hectic man.
That's true. But do you think Twister can take this?
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like to hope so. I think Twister's the kind of you know, we saw him on some previous cups. There were also, during the summer, there were some cups where it was actually the Adroits qualifier cups where Twister was kicking ass. No one could beat him on this map. And finally, we're actually getting to see him on the podium, on the spot, in the spotlight, where we can see him perform to our audience on stream for real, because this has got to be his game. And I'm going to be seriously surprised if Pavel can outperform in here on 90 ping. I've got to just say that because I just saw what it is. It's 90 versus 50 ping. For all you hardcorers out there who really enjoy ping. Ping is fun.
And remember to keep supporting FACEIT. And, you know, tweet at us, because, you know, Zoot's haircut sucks. We've got to convince him. Just tweet, just spam him. Just spam the crap out of Zoot, man.
The amount of times my haircut has been mentioned tonight, I know, but
we have to take action, though. Come on, we have to take action because this is not good enough. Of course, you know, I can't really talk because my haircut kind of sucks at the moment as well. But you know, whatever. The game's getting underway, and we've got Pavel against Twister to decide who's going to take this one, because you've got it's match point for Pavel. Can Pavel win Twister's map on Hectic? Let's go.
I'm going to switch over to Twister straight away. This is Hectic, and this is this territory. Let's see what he can do here as Pavel goes through that mega out. The LG was pretty solid, but Twister on 20 HP, looking for Pavel to see if he's going to go for that red. Nice rail, but the rocket is so sublimely placed that Twister could do nothing there, and he might go down again here. That's such a good start for actually both players, but Pavel with some amazing shots, completely putting that situation into his hands, and yet another frag. It is going to be an early 2-0 for the Russian player here on Hectic.
Yeah, and there's another frag from Pavel. He's got the LG out trained onto Twister, as it does eliminate him once again. 3 quick frags. Is Twister going to be able to do anything? We said again, you know.
Oh, what? That was so quick. Twister with the 2 Cypher-esque rockets going down there. We've got yellow going to be taken up by Pavel. We've got all the items coming up at the same time. And Twister's going to be just leering over, looking for some rail angles. Only Pavel's going to hit, it seems like.
Yeah, just that dance over there with the rails in the long distance. We've got everything spawning in very close proximity. The Omega, the yellow and the red. Pavel, though, is with 32 HP, and the 72 of Twister means they're both going to fall to a single rail. There's the pickup from Pavel with that red. He's got that position onto that. Wow, that position means nothing, and Twister's going to hit that vertical rail. He's going to be hot on his heels with that rail finish, but it's not quite there. There's one more rail as Pavel picks up that 50, and just enough to keep him alive, just in time. Pavel on those stairs. Twister not so aware of his position right now, but he can hear him in the distance. And Twister is 145 health and 35 armor. That's enough to work with, enough to win him this red. If he can just get through this choke point, if Pavel is not able to defend it properly, it's going to be down to this moment whether Twister can get that red. Here's Pavel, though. Oh, the red was taken by Pavel.
Twister went for yellow when he should have gone for mega, and now Pavel's gone through the teleporter. Even if he aggresses now, he should be able to win this fight, and he does. He guts it down. It's 4-1, and with red armor coming up soon, Twister with just a rocket launcher down on the lower level. Pavel might either get this frag or pick up red armor, and if it's both, that's just an even worse scenario for our German player here. LG, though, from the German is really effective, and he's going to make the frag. Some great moves there by him, and hopefully he can carry it forward and build up another. Okay, as I said that, Twister just got absolutely destroyed.
Boom.
What?
There's the trade as Pavel is now on that red area. Here comes Twister, though, to try and challenge it. Gets the double rail from Twister, gets the red as well. At 90 health remaining, so that's a lot to work with. And the Mega's on the spot. Twister is aware of that, picks it up, and now he's got a massive stack to work with. Would obviously love more armor, but all he cares about right now is trying to kill Pavel and get that damage onto him, because Pavel isn't too strong and he really needs to get this lead back. 2 frags is the deficit, and Pavel doesn't have a rail, denied by Twister. Twister, can he use this to his advantage? It's a mid-range fight. LG and Rockets are in action as Twister is shooting down onto Pavel, but Pavel's using those little columns very effectively. Oh, it can actually... Is Pavel going to get the red? No, he falls back to the yellow, and Twister gets the red. So here's Twister with a follow-up, the pressure onto that. Oh, I don't think he meant to go through that teleporter there. You can see from the way his aim went that he wasn't anticipating that, but there's the rail to make up for it, and how it will make up for it. It does do pretty well, because now Pavel's only on 98 HP, and the 50 armor Twister is going to put him at a slight advantage, but again, these items are spawning.
Yeah, and Twister's going to have some work on his hands again, going to be aggressing with this lightning gun. He's going to be able to pick up the frag, and it is only one a difference. Twister is doing exactly as we predicted so far, but he's going to have to push it further to make it come true. We got Mega Health in 5 seconds, and Twister this time cannot be late for it. There it is, 1 second. Perfect timing by the German. And is he going to aggress a little bit more? There's a 50 health bubble. He really doesn't want Pavel. That was an insanely quick flick shot through the teleporter. Very impressive stuff there by him. And now his stack is looking... He's going to be feeling really confident now of this. This is not the type of stack you get frequently on Hectic. And this LG fight going up at the top is even going to be able to tie the game up. This couldn't be going better for him at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, and there's a pick above the railgun. Twister unable to deny that, and Pavel, that is going to be the biggest weapon in his arsenal right now because the stack difference is huge. The long range, oh, Pavel getting taken down there by the nice little rail, the nice little prediction from Twister, and that railgun advantage, well, not really an advantage, but that railgun to work with was all Pavel already had. He's got another one, but he's not able to use it here as the close range fight ensues, and the follow-up from Twister is absolutely huge.
That's right. We're now getting a very good advantage, and it's just going to be getting better for him at the moment because Pavel probably won't be able to do anything while Twister picks up this red armor. Pavel's falling at not the best of places that he could be hoping for. Whoa, the rocket coming behind him. Twister looking the wrong way. He was looking through the teleport to exit. Pavel bringing him to 1 HP. The pummel! No! Too confident, my boy. And Twister's just going to extend it a little bit more. Even though he's railable at the moment, this is still really nice for him.
Definitely, and there's the red spawn. Twister, Pavel, they both wanted so much. Pavel's going to pick it up. Twister unable to land a single rail there onto Pavel to deny any of that armor that Pavel just received. And Twister now moving up those stairs. He's so low, he can't really do much at all. His options are so limited right now, so the grenades fly past him. Pavel has a good bearing on his position, and there's the block from Pavel. There's the rocket jump. It does kind of fail because of Pavel. Good stuff there. And, you know, Pavel's going to run around, pick up that LG, and try to pressure again. Everything is, the red is spawning again. So, oh my, how did that hit? Oh,
rocket.
HP. Oh, again. Oh, man, that's overkill.
Do you know what I was just about to say? I was about to say that Twister's in a dangerous position because Pavel is so stacked. And in about 3 seconds, we saw Twister just rip him to shreds. That was incredible play there by Twister. And he's even going to be able to pick himself up yet another frag. 3.5 minutes. If he can keep this momentum going, then I don't see any reason why he cannot take this down. But Pavel picking up a frag. Is he going to put the words right into my mouth here? Twister with the clutch rail as Pavel was going to pick up that red armor. I cannot emphasize how important that shot was. And in fact, I'm almost disappointed that Pavel didn't realize that that was a possibility to happen. He didn't even turn for it.
He did not even turn for it, and here's Twister on that teleporter pressuring his opponent in that back area. You can't really get more of a kind of crappy back, like slummy area than that on Hectic. And oh, look at this one rocket. Twister unrelenting on his opponent, Pavel, the Russian. Is Pavel gonna be able to use these 3 minutes to bring it back, or is this momentum just gonna be too much? And it looks like it is indeed too much. As Pavel calls the GG there, and it's gonna go on to another map, the third and final deciding map.
Dude, I don't often see Pavel saying GG after 7 minutes to somebody. 15-7 for Twister on Hectic. He bought it and some. You know, insane.
He did indeed. And I think, I'm not sure what the third map will be. Are you aware of this fact?
No, I'm not sure at all. I just hope that it's not Lost World for Twister's sake.
Yeah, indeed. But we'll go to a quick break, and we'll be back with the third and final map between Pavel and Twister to decide who goes into the final against Cal on the Tuesday Level 10 Cup from FACEIT.
Welcome back, guys, to the FACEIT TV show here on the Daily Quake Live Duel Cup Level 10. And we have got to the point, one map before the grand finals, but we don't know who the finalists are yet, bar Cow.
I wanna. Who did the face swap? They need to die, man. They kill it with fire. That face swap. I mean, seriously.
You want to see the face swap? It's.
We should show the face swap.
Nah, I'm scared, man.
Let's show it.
I'm scared. Like, I mean, guys, if you want to see the face swap, go to Facebook. But like, please, I don't want to see the reaction on stream. In fact, because it's really brutal. I think people, whoever made that, should be sent to, you know,
they should be dragged out into the street and shot.
Yeah, stoned to death, something like that. Because I'm looking at it right here,
it's so weird.
and I want to. I don't know. I want to remove myself from this universe. Or maybe a slightly hot. Wait, no, I can't go there. I can't go there.
It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. Anyway, moving on.
Pavel Twister, guys.
Moving on.
We're at a tiebreaker map between and Twister's bought it. That's what I said last time.
They jumped servers again, so we don't actually know exactly where they are or when they will play, but it will be soon, hopefully. And I don't know what the map. Hopefully, should be something that's going to be like. I don't know why, but I want to see silence, because as a big middle finger to everyone who voted against silence, give me that silence.
Basically, yeah. I don't know. I'd like silence. I agree would be good. I feel though that Pavel would be at a slight deficit on that map.
Yeah.
I feel like Furious Heights is maybe more likely territory. Actually, Aero Walk is something, because Pavel's really good at Aero Walk, but in a kind of unconventional way, and Twister's really good at Aero Walk because it has a railgun. So I just thought I'd let that sink in for a second, because either way, we should be playing a map that has a railgun, and Twister, I think the game basically depends on whether he's hitting 55% rail or if he's hitting 25% rail.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely hurts to hit like really shitty rail. I mean, I know that when I'm playing duels and I'm hitting below like 40%, it just feels like I have to change what I'm doing, because like you end up getting these situations where like, okay, I'm in the advantage, but then because my accuracy, like my kind of like, if you apply the numbers, if we talk about the numbers game, it's like if you have the 40% of the rail, and I'm no good with numbers, but this is the basic premise. If I'm hitting 40% rail, my opponent has like, let's say, half the health and armor that I do, but he's hitting like 80% rail, like twice as much, and then makes the situation like even or in his favor. So like that's the problem with aim. It has to be at this like at least like you want to be hitting 40 to 50% rail and like 30 to 40% LG, or like the basic decisions you're making in your head, saying like, I have this stack, my opponent has this stack. Those decisions suddenly don't make sense anymore, and you have to change what you're doing, and that's really annoying and difficult to deal with.
If Twister can kind of break through that barrier and take down Pavel, which is in itself a monumental task, he would be going against Cow, which is actually somebody he can take down. You know, this is the kind of level like he can bring down this person. Cow, like I'm trying to imagine Cow versus Ents. For me, they're kind of on an even level. I've seen both of them beat each other, and if Twister went against Cow, that's something that is within his realm of possibility. Thank you, Fish Sticks. And he could make that, but Pavel is really the biggest.
Fish Sticks says
it is, yes.
Within the realm of possibility.
Okay. I did steal that. And in fact, I've been a fan of that sentence for so long I can't even remember. But Pavel versus Twister for me is extremely climactic, because it can decide. This is going to basically decide the tournament for me. And guys, we are going ready right now. This is the final map of the semi-finals in the Tuesday Daily Cup. We're on Twister right now, and it is going to be Aero Walk. So he has that railgun, and he's going to shoot a shot straight away for you guys. Two, in fact.
Oh, that didn't even look like it was anywhere near him.
Yeah, I mean, what on earth's going on? And he's going to get the rocket. So Twister with the first strike. Is this going to be an omen for the rest of the map? What the hell? He's still hitting 100% rail. I think he eventually missed one in the end. But that is a dream start. Can he continue that dream and make it a reality? He's going to have 9.5 minutes to do that. Red armor is up. If we can stall Pavel here and get Mega, that's still a good situation for him. But Pavel's LG is making it worse and worse. And Twister might have to be a bit more passive. Oh, no.
Pavel with a return. He's got 150 armor now to work with as well. And that's a really huge stack. Twister going with this challenge is not going to work out well for him. He does a lot of damage, look at that. But it's still going to leave Pavel alive though. And he does have a red spawning soon. This is actually a good opportunity for Twister with that rail. If he wants to be aggressive onto that red, he could have done it, but that's not the case. And we've had the mega spawning in 9 seconds. Pavel's going to get on that for the defense. And what is Twister going to be able to do to show Pavel to make him like feel the fear of like going for these items in the open areas? Because Mega's not in a good position on this map. It's one of the ways you can get back in control. And there are the rail trades. And we hear the 2 hits impressive as we are spectating Pavel. Pavel hitting a lot of railgun there, and Twister going to fall eventually.
Twister's rockets, though. That's pretty good. Pavel's having to do an emergency rocket jump to get that red armor. He didn't have much confidence there. We've got a big rocket, though, onto Twister as he craters or self-harms himself there. That was a very awkward moment for him. So he's going to have to get those numbers back on the board. He's got that railgun out. He is going to need to connect with them. And really, I want him to focus on that gun. I said this about Etty earlier, but for me, on Twister, it's even more important. And at the moment, Pavel is carrying it away with a 4-0 scoreline.
Yeah, indeed. And here comes... Look at his stack, it's so intimidating as Twister. He does try to pressure and do damage where he can. Of course, it's what you have to do on Airwolf, but it's such a he's coming from such a place of a deficit in every single sense of the word that it's going to be very difficult. His options are going to be very limited. But here comes the Mega Spawn, and there's Pavel going to jump onto it. There's a rocket though. Doesn't do too much damage to Pavel, but Twister's able to at least delay him, and with that rail miss, Twister's going to be able to build up a little bit and try to move his way in on this red armor, but it's going to be very difficult to do without taking damage. We can see that Pavel is there to try and deal as much damage as possible to try and cut off that red challenge from Twister, and he does so successfully.
Well, I mean, despite Pavel being in decent control, good rail, 2 good rails from Twister, it's still only 4-0, and we're 3 minutes in at the moment. It could be a lot more, so Twister's defensive play is pretty good at the moment. 5-0 now for Pavel. Is he going to be able to extend it more? And for the sake of Twister, I hope that he's able to create some kind of counter there from the weak side of the map. He spots Pavel, manages to land a good rail, but it's going to have to keep putting the pressure on. The grenade there lands, and Pavel now isn't that weak. Another rail from Twister. One more could get him the frag and could possibly seal some level of control. 5 seconds till mega health. Is Pavel going to risk it? It looks like he's on the kind of sidelines at the moment.
Yeah, Pavel there. Oh,
Fantastic.
But Twister gets the railgun. Pavel exposing himself with a reliable amount of health, and Pavel is gonna be able to now grab that rail, but that's gonna be all he can really be thinking about. Because, oh wow, Twister catches him off guard. Really good work from Twister there. Gets the frag, and it's only a 3 frag difference. So Twister can really, definitely, absolutely take this to his control and control the pace of the map. Now he has the superior health, the superior armor, and even with the prediction rocket, it's so good. Absolutely awesome work there from Twister on the mega on time. Absolutely, he's got this stuff on lock right now. Twister's really trying to play his absolute best. He's got the timing under control. His aim is doing pretty well right now. And of course, everything's going well for him. Pavel, though, Pavel is a beast, but he's running around with 23 HP. And even though he is a beast, 23 HP is not going to be able to save him. It's too long.
Yeah, Twister, I want him to push over to this yellow at the moment. He's looking for that rail there. Pavel, he manages to find. He's got to be weak as hell at the moment. Still looking for that finishing shot, but he's not overcommitting, which is really good. Mega's about to spawn. He does take a rail, but he's going to be able to stack right back up. Red armor soon. Is he going to play conservatively and decide to go up there? Or is he looking for that shot? And he does try to search for it. He finds it in the end. Looking for the spawn frag and eventually going for the red armor. Twister is playing a really safe game at the moment, and I'm very impressed with what I've seen. 2 rails back to back. It is 5-4-1 a difference. Twister is making an excellent comeback at the moment, and we're past halfway. This is a really slow game. Pavel going to go down once more, and Twister, excellent play. 5-5, still looking for one more, and it's Pavel finally showing signs of weakness here on the FACEIT Cups. He was so strong on Sunday, and Tuesday it might be his unlucky day the way this German is playing.
Yeah, 5-5 is the score right now. Halfway point is well and truly
Oh my
lost.
God.
And look at the damage there. Pavel with 15 health remaining. And we're looking at Twister now, and Twister's looking in good shape. It'd be absolutely immense if Twister could close this map out, but he's got a lot of work. He's got a long road ahead of him right now because it's still, again, a tied game. And there's Pavel. He's going to miss that rail. He's going to whiff that. And here is the mega defense. We've got to be looking towards this because this should really dictate how the future moments are going to occur. And look, Pavel can't make a contestation. He doesn't feel confident to do so. And now Pavel's going with the challenge onto this red. Can he actually manage to make it good for him? Goes for the teleporter. Again, looking for those angles. Not going to find one. But Pavel is going to pick up that red as it spawns. Good timing from Pavel. Knows exactly when it is. And now, Twister's so stacked. This is going to be an immense... This fight is going to mean a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, I'm not sure I think of that because Pavel's been given an opportunity to get a stack. And exactly as you said, the next fight is going to decide more or less the next 2 minutes of the game, or at least. And Pavel just strung 2 rails in a row, 3 rails in a row. Twister suddenly in a horrendous spot. We got mega health up. It looks like Twister might even be waiting for Pavel to make a move on this item. Mega also, this is so tricky between both the players. The Rockets are strong, but Pavel comes through. He's got about 70 or 80 collective health and armor, and he's going to be able to make that front and get the lead with the last 3 minutes remaining. Twister still has an opportunity, but he has just brought the work on for himself. This is not good for him.
It's going right down to the wire as we have Pavel and Twister battling for a place in the grand finals against Cow of all people. Wow. How did he manage to do that? I will never know. But here is Twister and Pavel on Airwalk. Pavel with that 100 health now and 11 armor to work with. He should be able to pick up this red, but at what cost as Twister harasses him from below. Unable to deal too much damage to him. Connects with that rail. Another rail, 150 health though. He does pick up that mega. It's so even right now. This could really go either way. Here comes Pavel for the engagement with that rocket. One rocket is all that is needed to kill Twister. Twister is living on the edge. Picks up that yellow armor, going to save himself from that single rail death or that single rocket death. Oh, the rocket is good from Twister there, and there's another frag to equalize things once again. Still, we have no idea how this is going to go, but Pavel's looking pretty weak.
I don't know, and I'm actually starting to tremble a little bit because the tension is just constantly rising between these two players. Twister has managed to tie it up again after being at a great deficit. The play from him has been extraordinary, and Pavel is starting to show weakness. And again, 7-6 now. Twister in the lead on this game. He's going to go down once more. We got red armor spawning soon. Twister is just looking for the blood. The LG is actually pretty strong at such a difficult angle, 9-6, and this is almost a perfect end to a game. Can he follow it up with some brilliance? We're going to need to see this because Pavel still has an opportunity. He is renowned for showing such brilliance at the end of his games, and Twister cannot choke now. This would be dire for him.
Oh man, please don't even talk about choking. I can't even imagine what would happen if Twister did that. Here's Pavel onto the mega. He's going to get taken down by Twister as he picks that one up, and Twister pushing forward onto the red, going to make that rocket jump to secure himself that red. Here's Pavel with a challenge. Is it going to be good though? I don't know if it will be. 35 health remains. Twister going to fall back. It's really on Pavel to try and make the frag happen here as he is coming in from behind, but they're both so low, but there's a rail from Twister. It's absolutely immaculate as Twister even gets a rail off the spawn. The 14 HP. Pavel knows he's low. He knows he's screaming, but it is not over.
I don't know, man. Twister looks so good. He's so low. Surely Pavel can make a dent in him right now. But with 30 seconds to go and a 5 frag advantage, right now, Twister is feeling himself. Pavel's got to go on the hunt, and he has got to get every possible spawn frag if he wants some kind of chance. 20 seconds left. Twister is so close to taking Pavel out in the semi-finals of a FACEIT Cup. And look at that, 1 frag with 15 seconds to go. He has got to be feeling good about himself and his chances in the finals. This has got to be one of the best accomplishments of this player, for this player. 13-7 as the bell goes. Wow.
Twister makes it through against Pavel.
I honestly didn't have that much confidence. I was feeling Twister throughout the games, but Pavel is Pavel, and Twister, he managed to succeed. He did it. He actually managed to take him down to this best of 3 on a map where Pavel excels. I am so proud of him.
Yeah, really, really good stuff from Twister there. I mean, we knew that he could do it, but it was such an obstacle to overcome, and he overcame it with style. And he's